Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia and we have a big update on DC films and their costumes. Well, as many of you know, we have quite a few really big DC projects in the works. Over the next 12 months or so, we're getting multiple DC films, including The Flash and Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, earlier today, the team over at Collider, specifically Steven Weintraub, headed out to the Licensing Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada. And at the expo, DC had many of these new costumes on display, and we have some really killer pictures. So I thought we could take a couple minutes to dive in and look at each of the new costumes. We actually have new costumes for The Flash, several pictures of Supergirl, the black Aquaman suit, as well as Black Manta. So let's start out with him. Now, the Black Manta costume does look very similar to the first Aquaman movie, only with some slight adjustments. Quite honestly, I am okay with this because the first suit looked really good. Now, overall, the suit appears to be made somewhat of rubber with armor parts that the villain had used in some of the previous appearances. Now, in case you didn't know, the Black Adam is supposed to have a much bigger part in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, so I was pretty happy to see him get a suit upgrade. Now, we also got a look at the Black Aquaman suit, being called the stealth suit by many fans. Now, I have to say, the suit does look pretty sharp, and obviously Jason Momoa will rock the black outfit. It is very similar to the orange and green suit, just in a black color palette, but I did notice a lot of the plates and attachments to this really have somewhat of a wavy look to them, kind of simulating that blue costume he got in the 80s that fans weren't too keen on, but is kind of iconic due to its rejection. Quite honestly, I think the boots on this outfit are probably one of the coolest things about it, but overall I am wondering how much Arthur Curry is going to don this particular costume in this movie. Hopefully he doesn't drift too far from the classic orange and green. Now, we also got quite a few shots of Sasha Kelly's new Supergirl costume, as well as one of Ezra Miller's new Flash costume. Now, check out both of them right here. They both do look pretty cool, but let's break them down separately. Now, as far as the Flash costume goes, I didn't really see a lot new. We've already seen the trailer for The Flash, so the costume itself didn't really surprise me a lot. I do have to say, I like the boots on this costume. They, again, like the Aquaman ones, look really cool, and I like the way they kind of break up the costume, along with keeping with the classic colors. The flat yellow boots sometimes really don't work, and again, the texturing in these, along with the mixture of gold and red, really do seem to look pretty good in the pictures. Now, fortunately, we did get a bunch of pictures of Sasha Kelly's Supergirl costume. Now, this costume does have a vibe of the Man of Steel costume, especially in the texture of the blue part of the costume. I have to say, I do like the shoulder attached. I really love the shoulder attached cape and the way that comes together for the costume. It really does provide some separation from the classic Superman costume and gives her a really nice, unique look. I also like how the red runs down the arms to about her elbows, and again, the texturing on this costume, like the Aquaman costume, particularly around the waist, the feet, and the forearms, looks really good. I think this has been the keen thing with most superhero costumes in the modern age, is you stick with the classic colors, but you gotta give them some tech to make sure they don't look like spandex cosplay. Now, unfortunately, we have quite a long time before we're actually gonna see any of these costumes in action. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is set to drop March 17th of 2023, and The Flash set on June 23rd, 2023, pushing both movies out pretty far, so I expect to get a lot more looks at the costumes between now and then. I mean, obviously we're due several trailers, and I think the delays have caused those trailers to get stretched out farther than we were expecting, but stay tuned because I know we're going to get much more in the form of promotion. Now, obviously, when we get any more news about The Flash or Aquaman, we're going to bring it to you right away. We still have quite a wait for both pictures, and I have to say, I am looking forward to seeing what happens with both, despite some of the behind-the-scenes drama we're still waiting to resolve. But until we get more news, tell me what you guys think. What do you think of all of these new costumes from DC films at the Las Vegas Licensing Expo? And which look is your favorite? I'm not gonna lie, I think the Aquaman costume is pretty darn sharp. Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not getting any updates. Peace.